Guess what? 3 videos in a row, 3 Goodwill bins in a row. Another Goodwill outlet, another Goodwill bins here in Denver, Colorado. Can you believe there are 3 of them here? There's 3.
It's crazy.
There's 3. Stick around. Some of this thread.
Right off the bat, this is going way better. Yesterday's stock was just, it was fine. But this one, I already found a pair of Levi's for color block jeans. And I'm super pumped because they're black and that's hard to find. And he found me a ton of vintage thread. I'm so excited. I love thrifting thread because one, it's like $2–3 a pop, which doesn't sound like much, but whenever you need a lot of it, it adds up. And this way, it's all vintage, which is amazing. It's just keeping it more vintage. I like it.
You know, the bins have been pretty interesting here in Denver for plushies. I've got a lot of stuff I'm pretty sure will sell well in my antique mall boots, like this Arthur. It's pretty awesome.
I think I'm a little spoiled because in Phoenix, everything is very well organized. And here, like, the clothes are pretty organized, but they're mixed in with linens and such. But like, the nonsense stuff is just like strewn about. There's shoes, there's plates, there's, you know, board games, whatever, just thrown about everywhere, and it's very confusing. And I get a little overwhelmed, but I've got a lot of clothes to dig through.
I'm not really sure why, but I'm thinking this is gonna be my favorite one here in Denver. I've just got a good feeling about it. It seems pretty chill. I like the size of it. Or maybe it's just the fact that this is actually our last stop, and you come back to the videos tomorrow, we should be home. We should be done with this road trip. So maybe it's just bittersweet. This is my last chance to really get into it. Maybe that's what it is, but I do like this one. I like this one a lot. It seems nice and clean. Maybe it's a little newer than the other ones. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Hannah looks like she's found something. So far, I've found a board game. Throw Burrito. Doesn't this look like something we should play?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's all there, so I'm pretty happy about that. I also found, I don't think I need to buy this. It seems collectible from a Pokemon standpoint. There's the 7-Eleven Detective Pikachu Slurpee bottle.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I wish it were more Pokemon, but... and then I bought a Punisher t-shirt for my antique mall.
Sweet. I scooped up a pair of Harley boots.
Nice.
Ooh, these are beautiful for some color blocking. Just like slice that with a little bit of a whitewash. Like a light wash, or ooh, white would be better, but white is very hard to find. That'd be really pretty. I'm excited about these.
So you might notice that I'm sitting in a chair against the wall. If you didn't pick up on it during the last couple days of episodes, the way that they're doing rotations, which if you don't know what that means in a Goodwill bins, that means the way that they're bringing out new bins, the way they bring out new stuff for you to shop, they are having everyone during rotation line up against the wall so that you're out of the way of the employees bringing out the new stuff, and you all get a number. So right now I'm number 4, Hannah's number 5, and what'll happen is every new rotation, I think they're doing half and half. They'll split everybody into half, so they'll do like 1 through 50 or 50 through 100. And they'll call that out. If you're 1 through 50, you can go to the bins and stand and wait for them to say go, and when they say go, you can start digging. And then the next rotation, they'll do 50 through 100, and they'll get a turn to go first. So that's interesting. I never experienced that until we came here to Denver, and I don't think they did that before the coronavirus. It's a new implementation since, and honestly, I kind of dig it. I actually really like it. I wouldn't mind too much if our bins did this, because I mean, it's completely against the nature of the Goodwill bins where we're from to just give you a chair. That's wild.
Sears? That's old. Those take a minute for me to sell, but I do sell Sears ones, so I'll go ahead and get this as long as it's not damaged. It looks fine.
So, look right here on the floor beneath me. Do you know what that is? Here, show the camera. Comment below if you know what this is. Show it to them. I'm gonna maybe not talk about this till the end of the video, but like I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I say this is like a grail. Like this is like, of all the things in my toy collection that I want, I've been looking for one of these the hardest, and I bet a bunch of people watching are probably gonna be like, oh my gosh, like you guys know.
I'm assuming it's Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, for sure. When we get home, I'll have to show you what it does. I'm so excited about it.
It looks electronic. Does it just light up?
You'll just have to wait.
Okay.
You'll have to wait till we get home. Let's go. In all seriousness, this is probably about to be my favorite BINS trip
Really?
for the whole trip, yeah.
Good.
Look at this Thomas the Tank box.
That's so cool.
It's not branded, I just found it. It's not like actual Thomas the Tank brand, but it's compatible with that stuff. And I'll sell the crap out of this with some Thomas the Tank stuff.
That's so awesome.
Isn't it? And I found a NES wallet.
Sweet. So that rotation did fine. It only blessed me with one pair of vintage Levi's, which I'm okay with. Beggars can't be choosers, right? But hey, at least we're finding things.
This is Bible trivia. What old childless couple did God promise would have a son and their descendants would be as numerous as the stars and sand? That would be Abraham and what was his wife's name? It was Rebecca or Rachel, and I can't remember which one. Abraham and Sarah, nowhere close. All right, we're leaving that BINS, and I'll go ahead and say, I'm pretty confident in saying maybe I'll feel a little different when we get home and look at the footage and do a real wrap up and talk about the whole trip. But right now I'm feeling like that was my favorite BINS. Was it my favorite BINS because it's really the last one we're going to? Or was it maybe my favorite BINS because I found the best stuff? Like the best stuff for me, you know, the best stuff for my collection. We found lots of good stuff for resale for our antique walls and stuff all around. But for stuff I want for my collection and stuff like that Power Ranger dagger, pumped. So, I don't know. Maybe I should make a final judgment, but I love that BINS a lot. I think maybe next time we come back to Denver, maybe we'll start there and then do a lot more retail store type stuff. But I guess what I want to do real quick is talk a little bit about that BINS and how it was separate from other BINS, just so it's because it's fresh on my mind right now. By the time we get around to doing the wrap up, it might not be so fresh. But all three BINS here in town are all pretty much the same price, the same method of restocking. So just like I said earlier, you set in the chair, your numbers call it, you go up. But honestly, everything about that BINS was a lot more lax than the other two. I noticed that the other two BINS, the employees were being entirely more strict about keep your face covered. I mean, not towards them. We didn't really get yelled at much. We got asked to move out of the way a time or two. Everyone did. The employees will come up and just be like, please get off this side of the store. Thank you. Sorry. They're pretty nice about it. But at this one, it was a little bit more lax. It wasn't, you know, the first one we were at, the same guy for a straight hour was telling people to cover their nose with their mask, which is fine. Those people weren't following the rules. But half the people here didn't have their masks on properly, and most of the employees didn't. So just wasn't as strict. It wasn't as heavy as an atmosphere. And I really can't talk about all 3 bins in town yet from a really like technical standpoint or a really informed standpoint, because honestly, you'd have to spend several days at one to really understand how fast one rotates on average, how you know, I might have just been at this BINS at a day with a different manager who's not quite as strict is. That happens. These stores have multiple managers and things operate differently when different people are managing them. And none of these things are complaints, they're just observations. And I enjoyed myself and I enjoyed the atmosphere of that one the most. But you guys know, if you guys are watching and you've been to Goodwill BINS at all, you know how pushy and how polite people can be at Goodwill BINS. And going to these BINS just once like we are and then booking it out of town, not really the right way to do it. So definitely come to these BINS if you ever go through town. All right, I'll tell you what's pretty hilarious is it's like 1:02. What time is it right now? Do you have your phone?
Let me look.
It's like 1 something. It's really close. And I told Hannah when we rolled into Denver, what does it say?
1:02.
1:02. I told her we had to leave at 1 because basically what's happening is it's really hard to upload videos on the road. I can get away with uploading them from my phone sometimes, but you run out of data. There's a lot of solutions to this problem, but let's just leave it at this. I haven't really picked the solution that I'm going to pay for because hotspot adapters and stuff are really expensive, and I upload 4 or 5 gigabytes a night worth of videos, so getting videos uploaded for you guys to watch while on the road is a nightmare. But I don't have to worry about it tonight because we can get home in time to upload our videos. But our videos typically go live at 3 a.m. our time. So I can just quit sitting here talking. We need to get on the road because if we leave right now and we do good time on the road, I'll get it home just in time to get our video up. And you'll know if it worked because you'll be watching it.
We got a scoot.
We got a scoot. We stopped at a truck stop just outside of Denver, fuel up right before we make the long trek home. But I want you to look at this. I got myself a can of Pringles. They're like rotisserie chicken or something. I've never tried it. Don't typically like barbecue stuff a ton, but if I don't like them, she really will. But I just wanted to show you, I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but look how bulbous, how bulging this lid is. Did you know we're a mile up? The elevation here is a mile up. That's what that is. Some sort of trick of the atmospheric pressure. I thought that was wild. I just laughed when I saw all the Pringles cans all in a row just bubbled. Let's see if there's any extra pop.
Relieve the pressure.
You do know that once I pop, the fun won't stop. I just drove a full tank of gas with no stopping. We just drove all the way here from the last fill up. That's the first time I've done that on this trip, so I'm cramped. Like, I'm cramped beyond belief. Do you have any idea where we are? Somewhere in New Mexico.
Yeah.
We are home. The real question is, are the cats going to be excited to see us or completely indifferent? Hey, Jar. Hey. Come here. They seem a bit scared. They probably don't think it's real. How did you cats get so weird since we left? Pants. Pants! Don't ignore me. What are you doing? I want to show you guys real quick how much Pants missed us. You ready? Oh, you want to play with the pony? He kind of wants to play. He likes the little pony. I think he likes the big pony. What do you think, Pants? Oh no. Oh no. Momo feels super left out because she can't fit on the perch with Tar and his giant pony. You like your giant pony? Momo's not happy. Here, you want me to move it? You can get up there? There you go. Look, Tar's laying on the little pony. There you go. You gonna play with it? Anybody? No? Okay. Just like sleeping on top of it? It's not weird. It's not weird. They're happy we're home. So, that's it. That was our road trip. There won't be any more road trip stuff for a little while.
Was it fun? Did you like it?
It was a blast. It's kind of, I will say it felt like more of a rush than the last time we did a road trip on the channel, which is probably the only negative I have to say about it. Because all the cities that we rolled through, we were just like, bam, 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 gotta go, gotta get to the next one. Yeah. So that's, you know, that's honestly, just to be completely honest and transparent, that's financial reasons. We don't have all the time in the world to be gone. We've got stuff back home that needs to be shipped, and we've got cats to get back home to, etc., etc., etc. But one of these days, as this channel continues to grow and we continue to become more and more able to do whatever we want, we'll certainly go to more cities and we'll certainly spend more time in them. So if you watched any of our travel vlog videos and you thought, oh, there's these other good thrift stores they should have went to and stuff like that, if it kills me, I'm going to get back there and do those. But, you know, these last 3 Denver videos we shot all in one day. As a matter of fact, we shot them all between 8 o'clock and noon. Or 8 o'clock and 1. So a week's worth of content that we normally crank out in a week, we did in a day a couple times on this trip. So it was all a little more rushed. But it was good. There was nothing about the outcome that wasn't just as good for me as our last trip. But I am going to say that I'm coming away wishing to spend more time in Denver.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely coming away, because we got so many comments in the last couple of days of videos about other thrift stores that were there that we could have visited. And, you know, some of them came up on our GPS when we searched thrift and we thought, oh, we could go there. But we just didn't have the time. Yeah. So we definitely want to go back and do that. What else? What else did we go to that we could have definitely spent some more time in? I mean, pretty much all of it.
Yeah, I mean, we've been to St. Louis a couple of times, and we've frequented the BINS a couple of times. Yes. So it was really nice to go to some of those regular Goodwills and everything.
Savers.
Yeah, but we really didn't spend a lot of time doing that. So I feel like we could spend more time in St. Louis.
Yeah, I mean, any town in America that has Savers to it, I want to go and spend a week. Yeah. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Sure.
So you guys definitely hit that subscribe button if you want to see us go to do some more travel vlogs. And I think more importantly, maybe you could comment below and give me a pitch on why we should go to your neck of the woods, or shouldn't. Some of you could probably be honest and be like, don't come here, there's one mom and pop. But I would love to take this opportunity on this video, just because it is the wrap up for this road trip. Let's take this time to talk a little bit more about the next one in the comments below. So comment below, or come over to the Discord publicly, or direct message me something. Tell me somehow today, get a hold of me anywhere and talk to me about maybe why I should or shouldn't come to your area on the next one. Where do you want to go next?
Portland. I hear they have 5 bins.
I've heard all kinds of numbers. I've heard 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I've heard tale of this Portland place.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that, and we're definitely going to. I think next time we do go somewhere, it'll be either be far northeast to visit our old roommate and do some thrifting up there, and to meet some other people, or northwest. It's going to be one of those extremes, almost for sure. But I don't know. Maybe you can convince me otherwise. But let's jump into what we found at this BINS.
That's a good find right there.
Oh, this is. So, you know what I should have done before we started this video? I've got some Nerf baskets put away with the rest of this. 2 drum clips, tripod, and that's pretty much it on this one, but it's a good one. We sell this almost every time for $45 to $55.
Yeah.
Every time we put one in our antique mall toy booths, we've just sold it in the next couple of days. We were lucky enough on the last one to watch a kid walk out with it.
That was pretty cool.
And he was like 4, and he was like, it was bigger than he was.
It's so cool.
Because it's even better on his tripod, because the tripod's like this. But
so good.
Before we get into all that though, let's talk a little bit about this BINS. If we were ever just barreling through there again, and we only had one to go to, based off that experience, this could change if we go spend more time at all of them again. But I think if just off the top of my head I had to say go pick one and we went back through, it'd be that one.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like it had the most potential. Like the first one was really great, and I would say I would be like torn between those two.
Yeah.
And I found my best thing at the first one.
Yeah, that's true. You found that jacket.
I feel like that was more of a fluke. Like I feel like this one was maybe a little more consistent. I don't know.
It's hard to say either way, because you could definitely make the argument that we only spent an hour at each one of them. So like, how do you really get a good measure? And you don't. So don't take anything we're saying as real advice on any of them. Go to any BINS you get a chance to, even if they're the ones you've heard are the worst or the smallest. Because going to the BINS is it's a game. It's playing a game with the law of averages. You just have to go. If you go to any Goodwill BINS in America, a ton, you're going to have a day that's life-changing. Yeah. I mean, really, seriously. I mean, I'll tell you what, we'll tell you a quick little story. Right before we started this channel, and we were right in the midst of quitting our jobs and doing this, and, you know, it's hard to get into reselling. And it was definitely hard for us to just jump in head over heel, or, you know, just to dive in head first, because, you know, we didn't have much of a safety net. We had a little money saved up, And we were our first few months into where I had quit my job, and we were definitely thrifting every day. And, you know, bills were getting paid, but it was only just, there wasn't a lot of extra. And it was one of the first times we found like a $2,000 item. It was a jacket Hannah found.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you this to say that, like, you know, it was probably 2 months of solid of going to BINS, going to Savers Everywhere, and coming away with just enough to pay the bills, nothing extra. And it was like one of the earliest times doing this where we got ahead.
Yeah.
We paid the next month's rent and had extra money and got to eat all the restaurants, or, you know, we got to eat a nice restaurant once that month. And, you know, the BINS is even more so like that than the regular thrift. You just...
I've heard people finding that same $2,000 jacket so many times.
Yeah.
It
And
just...
so many individual different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Telling the same story we just told.
Yeah.
And it was just your turn once.
Yeah, it was. And that's...
So you got any of these bins that we say we don't like or whatever, if you go there as much as the regulars do or as much as we do, and maybe some of you guys can tell stories like this in the comments below, the law of averages dictates that you're eventually gonna get your turn to get that. So I've yet to really ever go to a BINS where I would just be like, I'm never going back. You know what I mean? And this definitely was one we could go spend some time in.
Yeah, for sure.
Anytime I leave with one of these from a thrift store, though, it's probably just going to be at the top of my list.
Especially for less than $20.
No joke. No joke. It was so cheap. I don't know. Just digging into this bag, I think you got more than I did today.
Yeah.
Or either that or you buried all my stuff.
Probably.
Because I don't look at this. I don't see anything in there that looks like mine.
I got a lot of like just staple things that I always sell. They're like tried and true things. And here's a nice, beautiful pair of Harley Davidson boots. I sang that because I was excited. I recently found a pair of Harley Davidson boots, and they were a very obscure small size. And
These are
I
smallish.
paid quite a bit of money for them. So I was really stoked to get those, and they're like a normal size. So.
And you sell
that'd
them
be good.
on Depop.
Yes, I do.
We there's a good many things we sell on our clothes app that we just do it because we know they're going to sell. She knows she'll post those. They'll fly right off her page.
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably sell on eBay. I mean, there's definitely going to be a market for them. I don't know how much competition, but if you're ever looking to sell something like that, you might try some of these new age clothing apps because we won't be able to hold on to those for long.
What is that?
I don't know. It's a board game. Maybe you guys could also comment below if you know anything about this, but it's called Throw Burrito.
Throw burrito.
And the artwork on the front is two dudes running around a table tossing burritos at each other. So,
Great.
well, ooh,
They're so cute. Oh my god.
Here's the best part. Here's the best part. I thought this was a sticker. This might be the funniest thing I've ever seen. Fear me. And the burrito.
I kind of love this.
I do too.
They're like stress balls.
Yeah, I mean,
This is great.
it's
They're
very
so
odd.
Cute.
And there's cards to draw. Jelly. I don't know anything about it, but it was all there. It was complete. So I was like,
Ooh, they smell weird.
I thought you just put it in your mouth. I was like, what are you doing? It's not real, Hannah. Are you hungry? Gosh.
We just had chicken nuggets. I'm fine.
You almost had rubber burrito. Yeah, so I don't usually grab stuff like this. I have been more lately because of our antique malls that we sell toys and stuff in. We've done a few board games, so I'm trying a little more. But if something like that's complete and ridiculous looking, I'm probably going to get it. All right, let's pull your clothes out so we can take turns here.
I got so many jeans. Oh my goodness.
All right, what else did you get?
A lot of this is going to be the same story. I got these to cut in half and make color block jeans, probably with this set here. And they're just, okay, for those jeans that I make, finding black jeans to cut up is a rarity. So anytime I find them, I'm just like, yes, get them all. So I got a lot of black jeans for that. And a couple of like darker wash, which is also a little harder to find. So that is great for me.
Very nice. I got I didn't even mean to buy this, but I say this every time I go to the BINS. I throw things in the car and just run off. This is a 7-Eleven Slurpee Pokemon Detective Pikachu bottle. I'd probably be happier to keep it if it were yellow like my shelves. It would look good on a shelf, but if I go sit this on a shelf like this, I mean, just look at it from that angle. There's nothing descriptively Pokemon about it.
Yeah.
So it was not a good purchase, but I just forgot to put it back.
That's okay. I got a pair of overalls, and they are Sears. Not Sears Roebuck, but just Sears, which is from a very specific era. just very exciting. These babies are old.
Why did we buy this? Were we just gonna put that in my booth?
I think so.
Is that
I don't
what we were
know.
gonna do with it?
I think that was a you find.
Yeah, I guess. Cause I barely remember buying it.
You look real cute.
You into that?
It's real nice. Like,
I also got a wallet. It was used, so there might have also not been much of a reason to get it, but it was just an NES wallet, and I couldn't leave it behind, you know. There's a whole other box of stuff I found at that BINS. It just kept going and going and going and going. And one of the best things I found there, especially for our antique malls, was this nice wooden chest for train stuff. And it's not Thomas the Tank brand. And let's just do a little disclaimer here. Let's like do a hold the horses for a second. A lot of people think that it's Thomas the Train. And that's a very, very easy assumption to make, and it's perfectly fine. But every now and then that we mention it, people just like rage in the comments. Why are you saying tank? And like, there's no way you can Google it that it doesn't come up Thomas the Tank. But it's one of those little things, like, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those parallel universe things, Berenstain, like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but this is Thomas the Tank. This actually isn't even Thomas the Tank. It's... this is a whole nother brand I don't even know.
I haven't even heard of this.
Do you know what's the other main one? Do you know off the top of
Melissa and Doug.
Yeah, Melissa and Doug makes a lot of train stuff, but it is all like the same dimensions. I'm sure what happened at some point, the Thomas the Tank patent was up and everyone else could make it. So this is compatible with Thomas the Tank stuff. So I'll put this in our antique mall, and people will buy it with the Thomas the Tank stuff.
That is super cool.
Yeah, it's very high, and this is what keeps happening. I keep kind of being surprised because I'll see this stuff, and at first my reservations were like, oh, it's not Thomas the Tank brand, maybe it won't sell. But if it's good quality, somebody's mom is going to come in, fill it with trains, and walk out with it. So
I think that's such a great way to store all that stuff too. So I feel like it's so appealing. Your mom's going to have their kids sprawled out in the living room and then put it all away in this nice little case and put it in the trunk. And it's nice.
Right. And so Hannah's saying if little Jonathan needs to put his trains away, that's what that's for.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's good. So that was almost my find of the day because it was just so nice. And then here's something that's very nostalgia inducing that I'm going to want to keep, but I got to stop myself. It's Arthur. Let's go.
Did you watch Arthur a lot when you were a kid?
A ton.
Really?
Yeah, a ton. It was surprising how much I watched it.
He's like kind of dope looking.
He's very, yeah. I'm going to want to keep him. All right, I got 2 inbox toy things. One was just The Walking Dead. This is stuff that I don't really care for. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I read the To Kill a Mockingbird. Don't get me wrong. I read the Hunger Game books, but you know, I'm not really into this kind of memorabilia. But this stuff sells so well in our antique malls.
That's a really nice toy.
Yeah,
Katniss.
it's very, very high quality. There's not really. I'm not gonna say anything.
There's no explanation.
There's no explanation needed for this. It's a puppet.
Okay.
That's all it is. I'm not going to say anything else about it. It's a puppet. It was another didn't mean to buy. A Thomas the Tank, but that's actually, I've learned a lot about Thomas the Tank. This actually isn't the set that works on this. This is completely different. It doesn't fit, but they are still magnetic, and I still do sell them by the batch. And this last bit, are these machine needles?
Yeah.
That's perfect. We actually get a lot of our yarn. It can be difficult. Sometimes you don't want to get the cheap yarns at the thrift store because they won't hold up well, but we know what good quality yarn looks like. And we've been doing so much sewing later. This is kind of funny. We had such a huge store of sewing needles for the longest time. We had more than you ever thought you could use, but we were sewing denim jeans constantly, and we break them from time to time. So we're actually getting to the point where we were scared we were low. But
yeah.
I didn't even know you got those.
Yeah, this was a great find.
That was almost find of the day in terms of practicality.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all this thread and everything. I've like broke down and finally got a heavy duty needle, and it's lasted me a really long time. So.
Yeah.
Those will just go in storage.
Well, let's talk about find of the day, and I'm very excited to talk about this, and I'm not kidding you when I say this. Grail. Do you understand what I'm saying? Grail. Like, listen, on the other side of the room, I've got a Power Ranger collection. I've had it darn near since the beginning of this channel.
Yeah.
And since the beginning of the channel, I've had the Megazord that goes with this, and it's remote control, right? And I've never, ever, ever been able to remote control it. Never. But now I can. Now I'm good to go. And I couldn't be more excited about it. Like, people are gonna, People always ask me on our Discord and stuff, which you should go join if you haven't already. Like, what's your grail? Like, what are you dying to find? And mine's always like, I just want to complete some stuff that I have because I love completionism.
Yeah.
Right? I am a completist. Completionist. Completist is probably not a word. Completionist. So I always want to finish things. So I have so many different Power Ranger sets that are almost finished, but not quite. Like, I have all these Megazords. And I have almost all the figures that stand on them. They're not quite. I'm getting close. But, like, I don't want to have the whole collection and not the one remote to the best one that's my favorite. And so this is hard to find. And another disclaimer, some people are going to be like, well, why don't you just order it on eBay? Because I bet it's not that much on eBay.
Probably not.
It might be. I've never looked. But at any rate, I don't buy things off eBay. I wait till they show up in the wild. I like to start naming my collections that way. And I can't believe it finally showed up, and on the floor nonetheless.
Yeah, that's really funny.
It was just laying there, and I was blown away. So I don't even have to tell you, find of the day for me, 1,000,000,000% is this.
That's so exciting. I'm really happy for you that you found it.
Yeah, how long have I been talking about it? Forever, right?
I mean, we've had this thing for like well over a year,
Yeah.
maybe longer.
Yeah, maybe almost 2. I just want to say, if you don't know much about Power Rangers, this is the giant Dragonzord robot that comes out of the ocean or the river or whatever that body of water is. Whenever Rita Repulsa throws her scepter down and makes the monster grow to terrorize the city, and and his dagger is actually a flute, and he puts it to his mouth and goes doo 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 doo, and then it comes out of the water to that theme music, and then it beats the monster's butt. And sometimes the regular Power Rangers, or actually most of the time the Power Rangers, also summon their individual Zords that turn into a giant robot that fuses together. And then once they're starting to get beat because the monster's too powerful, that giant robot combines with this giant robot and creates this like super ultimate Megazord. Power Rangers is the best, and I'm very glad for this to be complete.
Now you don't have to watch the show.
Yeah,
You know it all.
That's seriously the plot of every episode. Pretty much no exaggeration. But this is probably the best part. He is really complete now. Bruh. Bruh. Bro, what? I'm so pumped. I'm serious. And that really was a nice topper, because we were at that last BINS where we actually drove home from that bin straight home without stopping at anything but gas stations. And I just knew, like, I was happy there was a nice little cherry topper on it for me. So now that I've talked at length about my favorite thing, you guys comment below and let us know what your favorite thing that we got today was. And then you tell us what your favorite thing it was and why was it this dagger?
Why was it this dagger? I mean, the reseller in me goes, the Harley Davidson boots, but
Yeah.
really, it's this thread.
Because of the practicality of
The
it, right?
amount that I need white thread right now is a little stupid.
Yeah, like the fact that we had 30 rolls of it, used it all.
So much of it, and
So much
I'm
of it.
running low.
Well, it's funny you say that, and I bet some of you watching are that way too. Finding the practical things at the Goodwill, because you're able to go so much, is really neat.
Yeah. I don't have to go buy the 50 cents it would cost to buy white thread now. I got some.
Yeah, and if we go to the BINS enough, we almost never have to buy it at the store.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for this whole journey we went on. I must say it was really cool to have you guys with us, because the last time we did a travel vlog, we had like 1,000 subs.
Yeah, it was pretty small.
Yeah, well, you know, it was a lot smaller than it is now.
Yeah.
But I remember at the time, it seemed so huge. It seemed so like 1,000 people are watching while we go on this trip. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
So to say the least, this time it like, I don't know, it seemed crazy. But I do appreciate you guys going along with us. And as I said earlier, I do want some comments below about where you think we should go next. Because if we can help it, we're not gonna stop doing this anytime soon. So before we get out of here, do me a couple favors. Check out our merch store, Tindo's Trash. I will say we just dropped off a huge shipment of them, and I don't know if we should say this or not. I'm not really terribly uncomfortable saying it, but we pretty much paid for our gas, at least most of the one trip, and then like half the way back or something with merch money. And so I have nothing to say about that other than thank you guys so much for participating in this channel and helping us out, because that made it a lot easier.
Yeah,
it made
definitely.
I don't know what else to say about it. Like, it was probably another one of my favorite parts. It made it feel even more like you guys were there and along for the ride. So thank you for that. Your shirts and hoodies that say My name is Trash, or my name is. We had some good ones. Someone actually ordered a follow through.
That was awesome.
You guys remember that? One of our
beautiful.
Hannah made up some words, and one of you now own a shirt that says follow through on it. That's pretty cool.
It is actually an Urban Dictionary, though.
Is it really?
The person that purchased it Googled it, and Urban Dictionary came up, and it has the definition of someone that follows through with their plans, and I think that's amazing.
That's very good. And I feel really special that we sold one that says that. That's it. What else do we need to talk about? Check out our Discord. There's a link below this video. There's lots of links below this video to our other page, to our Discord. Lots of ways you can come hang out with us, spend some more time with us. And that's going to be it. We do post daily videos on this channel, so make sure that you come back tomorrow and check out what we're doing. Next couple days worth of videos, we're going to have some crazy stuff, because we've done some crazy stuff since we got home. So come back tomorrow and check it out. And until then, guys, peace out.